Hello, I am Saad Al-Aziz, the owner and head instructor of Semper Fortis Jiu Jitsu here in San Antonio, Texas, and here to tackle this week's question of the week. So the question of the week was, should you wash your Brazilian Jiu Jitsu belt? And the answer is, absolutely wash it. Sometimes when I train, like my belt will be totally soaked, from sweat, because training is arduous and, like you're sweating a lot. And if the belt is soaked with sweat, that means it's full of germs. And if you just never wash it, the germs will continue to grow and ferment and whatever. There's been myths in jiu-jitsu and in other martial arts that you should not wash your belt because there's some magic in it or something like that. And the truth is, there's no magic in jiu-jitsu. There's no mojo jojo. It's jiu-jitsu. And I could wear a white belt and roll, and I will be just as effectively rolling with my white belt on as I would wearing a black belt. So every once in a while in jiu-jitsu schools, they'll prank their students, and they'll have a black belt visiting from out of town, and they'll come in and wear a white belt, and then people are rolling with this white belt that seems to not know what they're doing, and they're just crushing everybody because your jiu-jitsu is not in the belt. The jiu-jitsu is in here. It's in your body. Belt's got nothing to do with it. So I wash my belts all the time. And, of course it causes them to fade. And like, for instance, here's a belt that I've had for a long time, and it's almost gray now. So what I'm going to do is I build like little bonfires in my backyard. I'll just throw the darn thing in the bonfire. Should be interesting because this one's made out of hemp. I'm wondering if it would create a unique smell. But nonetheless, I'm going to burn the belt or, throw the belt away and just buy you a new belt. Belts, I don't know, you could probably buy a belt $15, $20. They're not that much. But wash them. If, like, you wash the belt and, let's say, the stripe comes off, just put another stripe on it. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just come in and say, hey, Saad, my stripe came off in the wash. Can you put my stripe back on? Absolutely. Now, if you only have 2 stripes and one comes off the wash, don't add 3. But it's okay to put that stripe back on. You don't have to leave it dangling. Just put the darn thing back on. And that's really this week's answer to the question of the week. Should you wash the belt? Absolutely wash it. Because the belt is dirty, it collects germs, and that can transmit to others. So wash it just like you wash your gi. Like after every training session, I wash my gi. Like I don't come in and roll and sweat through this gi and then show up in the next class in the same gi. It's like, no, I train with you, and then I wash that gi and I wear another gi if I'm going to spar with you in the evening. So if I spar at lunch, there's a fresh gi that I'm wearing when I spar in the evening. Same thing with the belt. So like if you look at in our dressing room, I got like 3 or 4 of my black belts just hanging there, because I take one in and wash it. And then if I forget to bring that back, there's another one hanging in there. And also when visitors come in, they can borrow a belt from me. But that's this week's answer. Wash your belts. If a stripe comes off, put it back on. It's not a problem. And if it starts to fade like this belt did, just throw it away, get a new belt. There's no magic in these belts. That's for other martial arts. Magic. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, it just works, and it's not because of magic. All right. Thank you. If you got a question for next week, feel free to post it below. I'll be more than happy to answer it, and look forward to seeing you in class and training. All right. Ciao.